The formula for Coca-Cola was invented in May of 1886 in Atlanta, Georgia by John Stith Pemberton. Pemberton was a biochemist and American Civil War veteran who got injured in battle and ended up addicted to morphine. Coca-Cola was first marketed and sold as a medicine, with Pemberton claiming it was a cure for many ailments, including morphine addiction, indigestion, nerve disorders, headaches, and even impotence. Check out the bottle. That's not something I want to wash down a cheeseburger with. The iconic Coca-Cola script logo was created by Frank Mason Robinson, Pemberton's bookkeeper. The writing style used, known as Spencerian script, was developed in the mid-19th century and was the dominant form of formal handwriting in the United States during that period. The Coca-Cola logo did change drastically one year, and it was short-lived for good reason. In 1891, 3 years after Pemberton's death, Asa Candler purchased the rights to the formula from Pemberton's estate and founded the Coca-Cola Company. He wisely revealed the contents of the Coca-Cola syrup to no one. But one ingredient was no secret at all, and that was cocaine, hence the name Coca-Cola. The formula contained a small amount of the drug, which Candler removed in 1903. However, Coca-Cola still contains coca leaf extract, with the cocaine chemically removed. For a period of 73 years between 1886 and 1959, the price of a 6.5-ounce glass or bottle of Coca-Cola was set at only 5 cents. Why so cheap for so long? Well, that was the result of poor decision-making on the part of Candler, who was locked in a bottling contract with no set duration. Turns out Candler was just satisfied selling Coca-Cola syrup. That lack of foresight came back to haunt not only him, but the entire company. The famous contour bottle design was created by Earl R. Dean and debuted in 1916, with a patent given 7 years later. The design prior to that was just too big to fit on conveyor belts, and too ugly too. Bah! In 1919, a team of businessmen led by Ernest Woodruff purchased Coca-Cola for $25 million. Later that year, Coca-Cola went public at a price of $40 per share. A single share purchased back then would be worth close to $500,000 today. And if you had reinvested the dividends off that $40, you could go ahead and increase that to 10 million big ones. Woodruff and his men transformed the Coca-Cola brand into a phenomenon, with good wholesome advertising and all the bells and whistles to go with it, literally. The nickname Coke was first used and trademarked in 1941. Oh, little did the Coca-Cola Company know. To this day, the Food and Drug Administration still checks Coke for traces of. Longtime rival Pepsi first cut into Coca-Cola's market share during the Great Depression when they released bottles that were nearly twice Coke's size. And for the same price, they took even more of Coca-Cola's share by appealing to African Americans starting in the late 1940s. The Coca-Cola Company recalibrated their marketing efforts rather quickly. By 1985, people reported to prefer the taste of Pepsi more, causing Coca-Cola to tinker with their formula, calling it New Coke. The result was a widely publicized fail, and the company quickly released Classic Coke, reverting back to the original formula. Although Coca-Cola still contains caffeine, it is no longer said to come from cola nuts, but rather from caffeine citrate. Despite the formula being a trade secret, experts have detected vanilla, orange, nutmeg, cinnamon, and lemon as components of Coca-Cola's trademark taste. Most Coca-Cola versions contain high fructose corn syrup, except the Mexican version, released in the early 2000s. That version contains pure cane sugar, which is said to be much healthier. As of 2020, there are 100 flavors available. Coca-Cola has put together some memorable commercials over the years, perhaps none more memorable than this one from 1971. The ad, which was the most expensive in history up to that point, had a strong peace and love vibe that was indicative of the times. But as you can tell from the different ethnicities, it was quite clear what Coca-Cola's intentions were, and still are. It ran for several years and helped cement Coca-Cola as the undisputed soft drink king worldwide.
To teach the world to sing with me. Perfect harmony, perfect harmony. I like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company.
And all this from a Civil War veteran who simply wanted to ease the pain of his morphine addiction. If you like the content, just smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and you'll receive more.